Hello and welcome back to Niagara Amusement Park. A couple of weeks ago I was in this very parking lot hoping to get inside, but unfortunately I had to take an exit because the park wasn't open due to inclement weather. But if you watch the video I posted from that day, the weather was kind of like what it is right now. In fact, I believe I'm here at the same time. Why am I starting out in the parking lot again? Well, I just wanted to point out that it looks like this mechanism has arrived for the Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, possibly due to servicing, but it wasn't here last time. And this is the chief, or the actual motor for the ride, or this much talked about Schwarzkopf shuttle loop that is soon, hopefully, to debut here. It looks like its main engine has arrived, which is very exciting. One can only hope that it will be up and running soon. But that is not here nor there at the moment, because we are going inside Niagara Amusement Park to enjoy the park for the day. Well, very briefly, as there's only a couple of attractions that are available for us to ride, including Silver Comet. But there is also some exciting new development roller coaster wise that I've noticed inside the park that we'll definitely cover as well. As many of you may already know, Niagara Amusement Park, formerly known as Martin's Fantasy Island or just Fantasy Island, under the Apex ownership that unfortunately saw to its demise, is now back with us under the Indiana Beach Parks Group, headed by Mr. Gene Staples. When this park closed during the pandemic, it was quite worried about in regards to its future, and in a short amount of time had seen its entire decor decimated by uninvited guests. And that's it, we're finally back in Niagara Amusement Park. In fact, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight on an attraction that I haven't even tried before, which is this train. As it's boarding, let's hustle and go. Niagara Amusement Park, and I know we talked about haunts. This train would be fantastic as a haunted train. A nice overview of what's going on with the park here. Storybook Land is back up and running and looking fresher than it has in years. Western Town, which we'll be in very soon. The park is looking, to be honest, beautiful this park had been heavily vandalized only quite recently, I wouldn't have believed you. Of course, the star attraction that we will be checking out as that chain lift moves. The last time we were in this park, we got about 10 rides on it in a row. I don't think we'll be doing that today, as we still have another park to get to today. But we'll try to get at least half of that, right? Very excited to get back on Silver Comet. There is no wait. We're going to get some great angles here on this side. Fortunately, we don't have a train going around at the moment. It's my first time experiencing this whole area since I was here 3 years ago for the first time, but I will say that it looks so much more fresh than it did under the Apex ownership. Everything obviously had to get a fresh coat of paint on it in order to get everything back up to speed. As has been well covered in the channel, most of these buildings were in a desperate state, so I find it really remarkable how clean and polished everything looks. I gotta give big marks. When I think of like even most amusement parks, they don't look really as clean and polished as this one looks right now. Complete with yellow brick road. As you can see, it's just looking quite the part. A classic amusement park, but full of that proper feel. Right, we don't have much time here, so I got to get over to Silver Comet. We'll try to cover more of this on the way out, but we did get a good overview of the park from the train ride, which was much longer than I expected, and quite good. Well, here we go. Back in to Western Town. apparently you can go into one of these two rooms here. This is like the most wanted, a show of which we won't be able to cover today, but I'm sure that these are mugs of the actors in it. And there's even a prison in here, which I do recall from before. Do not enter unless deputy on duty. But I recall this room being in quite a state from the online videos. It's looking quite good now. It actually feels pretty authentic. Remarkable job that they've done here. And if you go across, there was no music even playing in this area last time I was here. It has the proper feel. Cabaret returns. All right, we gotta move on. Very impressive. I know it is one of the most beloved sections of this park, and it has been treated that way by its new owners. Fantastic work here by the Indiana Beach Group. I'm very excited for the future of this park, if you can't tell, and it really does feel like that old-time Martin's original Fantasy Island. The character of this park has not been lost, despite the years of neglect. Now we have one of the few adult rides here available, rather temporary fencing structure, I will admit, that I don't think I'm really too keen on, and hopefully that will be dealt with or at least improved upon by next year. But this is a permanent scrambler. As you can see, it's fixed into the tarmac itself. So they've spent the money to make sure it's a permanent fixture. It certainly looks a bit older than, say, the one that I rode at the CNE only a couple of days ago. Hopefully we'll be able to capture it going around the next time we go by, but as I said, we gotta get going. And as you can tell from what I said on the train, again, beautiful park with so much potential to it. Not a huge park, but a beautiful park nonetheless. And its highlight attraction, just going up the hill. I'm gonna get a quick ride on it right now on this train once it comes back, and then we'll continue the vlog. I'll get you a POV on the train. We'll get to that exciting news on the other side of this area of the park, and then we'll wrap it up here from Niagara Amusement Park 2022. Back in action once more.
Yeah.
1 from the pool. 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 1
He always used to do this. He always used to do this. Turns up in the bathroom.
All right, so that was 3 rides in a row on Silver Comet, but that was the longest dispatch I've ever experienced. I would like to get another ride in, but unfortunately it's not going to happen because I got to get to my next park, and it took the better part. I did the 3 consecutive trains, but it took 40 minutes to do those rides because of the actual operations. Props to the one op who was doing their best with another op that unfortunately was ill. But just the manner of the interactions and actually dealing with the problem and the expediency of it. There was a lot of kids re-riding the trains that were just very rambunctious and loud and causing lots of delays. Oh, that was frustrating. But we got on it regardless. And now unfortunately we got to get out of here because we need to get to our other park, as I mentioned. Holy cow, did that delay us. This is the other ride that has debuted here, the Flying Machine. We won't obviously be able to get on that today either. Another thing that we wanted to cover from the park today is that on this side of the adult ride area, there is now another roller coaster being built in the background, which is their former Galaxy coaster, that the traveling 4-seater model that has not been at this park for some time. But that being said, it looks like the Huss that was already on site and covered in the last video is going to be in this location. And now they're starting to look at the construction of other rides in this area. In fact, this whole landing area here, as I noticed, looks like it's going to be either for a wild mouse or possibly a bumper cars of some sort. I hope you enjoyed those on-ride POVs. I struggled to get them. I'd love to go back on the ride again, but we've got a fairly big park to get to for the end of the day, a fairly big event, which means we got to get out of here. Farewell, Silver Comet and Niagara Amusement Park. It's great to see you back. We'll wrap things up on the way out here.
Okay, listen, every single time it is bad.
See what's funny in this town? Listen, you can walk away and we're gonna give you some trouble. Promise?
And just who do you think you are?
The name's Annie.
Oh yeah, Annie? What are you doing in our town?
Looking for some fun, am I in the right place?
Oh, there, stranger. This ain't no town for good fun. Hush, Marshall. Okay. Those are some nice shoes, Frank. He voted expensive. All right. Fun's over. Get to step.
You first.
Ooh, fire. Let's just burn her down. You know what? I love that idea. Burn her down. Oh, you have one. Oh, hey, come on. We weren't pulling. That was unnecessary, Mark. Hey! I'm lucky you missed on that one. No, do not do it again. No. No. Holster it. Holster it!
Marshall, it's all right.
Well.
You're good, Marshall.
All right, listen. Those are some good shots, Annie. But you forgot to do one crucial thing. Kill us.
I wasn't trying to kill you.
That'll be a wrap from Niagara Amusement Park. Definitely Next year when I'm here, I'm looking forward to quite an extensive visit, as there will likely be 3 roller coasters, maybe even 4 on site by then. And it will be an enthusiast hotbed if they get what is ahead of me finally constructed, which is that Schwarzkopf shuttle loop that really is tantalizing us all. I'm going back to this ride, however, as it's time for me to get into my car and do my final vlog of the day. It's been a busy day where this is the 3rd already done, and we have a 3rd park to get to wrap it up. You probably can guess what that is, but that's besides the point. Thank you for watching, guys. Very excited and look forward to another visit to this park in the near future. In fact, as I keep looking at this Schwarzkopf, I notice, I believe, I want to say that some of these track sections have been repainted, but it looks like it was previously repainted and just happens to be brighter than, say, that section there. Regardless, hopefully on our return visit here, the park will be up and running with all of these rides, and I'll get to go on my first ever Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, among others. But for now, it's great to see this park back up into shape. Silver Comet impressions, great first drop in that back seat, really quite incredible. The rest of the ride, a little janky, but what you could expect from a 22-year-old wood coaster. But for one that had been neglected for 2 to 3 years, it actually was running very well. Nothing really bad head rattle wise, which is always great on a Woody. Yeah, it definitely had a little bit of that little chassis shake that I notice on some wood coasters, but nothing out of the usual. I think this ride will make a lot of wood coaster fans happy with its current state. Not the smoothest, not the roughest, just right. And with a full train of people, definitely carries the speed very well. You can notice areas of the track that have had some work done to them, but they're relatively minor, and I wouldn't say I noticed too much of a difference from my ride, say, 3 years ago. Definitely the same PTC train, however, as they originally had here. I don't know how they got it back, whether they bought it back or they just got another older train and then retrofitted it to the one, but I'm pretty sure this is the same train that they had on it originally. The paint job and everything looks the same. There's a bit of work to be done here, but that can be said. The work that has been done here has been remarkable, and I really hold high hopes, and I'm pretty confident that the Indiana Beach Group is actually going to make this park possibly more successful than it ever has been. Let's hope that is, say, next year when we come back. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it as always, and please do all those things that we always say we won't say to do, but you can do them if you like. We're off to another park. Thanks for watching.